Picture this. A young American traveler, brimming with excitement about his first trip to Greece, gives the thumbs up sign to a local vendor to show his appreciation for a delicious gyro. He grins broadly, expecting a positive response. But what happens next is far from what he anticipates. In the United States, a thumbs up is a universal sign of approval. It's a non-verbal way of saying good job, yes, or I like it. It's as American as apple pie, used casually in everyday situations. But this simple gesture can mean something entirely different in another culture. In Greece, it's not the friendly sign our traveler thought it was. Instead of the warm smile he was expecting, the vendor's face turned sour. The music that was softly playing in the background seems to come to an abrupt halt. The lively chatter of the marketplace fades into a dull hum. The traveler's heart skips a beat. He's left standing there, utterly perplexed, wondering what he did wrong. You see, in Greece, the thumbs-up gesture is offensive. It's akin to sticking up your middle finger in many Western cultures. It's a gesture that says get lost rather than good job. It's an insult, a sign of disrespect. Our American traveler, trying to express his satisfaction with his meal, unknowingly offended the person who had just served him. The misunderstanding puts a damper on his day. His excitement about exploring the beautiful streets of Greece is replaced with embarrassment. He apologizes profusely, but the damage is already done. The once friendly vendor is now distant and wary. This is the reality of cultural clashes. A simple misunderstanding can turn a pleasant interaction into an awkward situation. It's a poignant reminder that what's considered acceptable or polite in one culture might not be in another. So, our young traveler's well-intentioned thumbs up was met with an unexpected reaction, highlighting the importance of cultural sensitivity when traveling. So let's dive deeper into our young traveler's faux pas. Picture this, a bright-eyed American tourist, full of enthusiasm, giving a thumbs-up sign to a local in Greece, only to be met with a look of shock and perhaps even anger. Why the negative reaction to what is considered a universally positive gesture in America? The answer lies in the varied cultural interpretations of this seemingly innocent gesture. The thumbs-up sign, as we know it, has a long history, tracing its origins back to ancient Rome. Gladiators in the arena looked to the emperor for a thumbs up or thumbs down to decide their fate. A thumbs up meant life. A thumbs down signaled death. Fast forward to today. In America, a thumbs up is a positive sign, symbolizing approval or agreement. It's a casual way of saying well done or keep going. However, as our traveler found out, this isn't a universal understanding. In Greece, the thumbs up gesture is known as the mounsa, which is considered highly offensive. It's akin to sticking out your tongue or showing the middle finger in other cultures. The mounsa has a rich history, dating back to the Byzantine Empire when criminals were paraded through the streets, and locals would smear charcoal and dirt onto their faces using their thumbs. Similarly, in many parts of the Middle East and West Africa, the thumbs-up sign is seen as a rude and vulgar gesture, akin to flipping someone off in Western cultures. This symbol, so commonly used in social media likes and approval signs, can cause significant offense if used in the wrong cultural context. So it's clear that our well-intentioned traveler stumbled into a cultural misunderstanding. It all boils down to this: gestures, much like words, carry different meanings in different cultures. Understanding the cultural context of gestures can save us from some potentially embarrassing or even offensive moments. So, the next time you're in Greece, the Middle East, or West Africa, remember to keep those thumbs in check. Now, imagine another traveler using the OK gesture in Brazil. In many cultures, the OK gesture, made by connecting the thumb and index finger in a circle while extending the other three fingers, is a universally accepted symbol of approval, agreement, or that everything is all right. It's a simple, non-verbal way of communicating positivity. But like many other gestures, it doesn't translate the same way everywhere. In the United States, for example, the OK gesture is a positive sign, delivering a silent message of confirmation or consent. It's a thumbs up, a high five, a pat on the back, all rolled into one. It's like saying, all is well, without uttering a single word. However, travel a bit south to Brazil, and the OK gesture takes on a whole different meaning. There, it's considered very offensive, equivalent to an obscene insult. It's the kind of thing that, if you do it unknowingly, could get you some very dirty looks, or worse. It's not just Brazil. In Germany, the OK gesture is also seen as a sign of disapproval. It's akin to giving someone a 0, implying failure or worthlessness. Similarly, if you're in Turkey and use the OK gesture, you might be unwittingly insulting someone. There too, it's considered a derogatory sign. So what's the takeaway here? The OK gesture, while seemingly innocent and positive in places like the US, can be a source of offense in others, such as Brazil, Germany, and Turkey. It's a stark reminder of how cultural contexts can drastically alter the meaning of nonverbal communication. It's easy to use gestures we're familiar with when we're navigating unfamiliar environments. But as travelers, it's crucial to be aware of these cultural differences and the potential for misunderstandings. Remember, what's okay in one culture may not be okay in another. Again, a simple gesture with good intentions can be misinterpreted, leading to cultural misunderstandings. With these examples, it becomes clear how easy it is to offend others unintentionally. As global citizens, our world is beautifully diverse, with a multitude of cultures, traditions, and customs that vary from one region to another, from one community to the next. While this diversity is what makes our world fascinating, it also poses an array of complexities, especially when we're traveling or interacting with people from different cultural backgrounds. Cultural sensitivity is the key to navigating these complexities. It's about being aware of and understanding the cultural context and nuances of the places we visit or the people we interact with. It's about recognizing that our way of doing things, our gestures, our customs, may not necessarily be the norm or acceptable in other cultures. And this understanding is vital, especially when we're traveling. Picture yourself in a foreign land, with its unique sights, sounds, and flavors. Your travel experience becomes infinitely richer when you understand and respect local customs and traditions. It allows you to engage more deeply with the people, to appreciate their way of life from their perspective, and to immerse yourself more authentically in the local culture. Moreover, cultural sensitivity helps to bridge gaps, foster mutual respect, and promote understanding among people of different cultures. It's a tool that allows us to celebrate diversity, to learn from it, and to grow as individuals and as global citizens. But cultural sensitivity isn't just about understanding and respecting other cultures. It's also about being mindful of our actions and words, about being considerate and respectful in our interactions. It's about acknowledging that our actions can have implications that we may not intend, and taking the time to learn about and respect the cultural norms of the places we visit. Cultural sensitivity is not just about avoiding offense, it's about embracing and respecting the diversity of our world. It's about appreciating the beauty in our differences and understanding that these differences are what make our world a fascinating, dynamic, and vibrant place to live and explore. So, how can one avoid these cultural pitfalls? Traveling is a wonderful opportunity to experience new cultures and broaden our horizons. But as we've explored, it can also present us with unexpected challenges when our gestures and behaviors, harmless or even polite in our own cultures, may offend locals without us knowing. So how can we sidestep these cultural misunderstandings? Firstly, knowledge is power. Before you set foot in a new country, take some time to research local customs, etiquette, and nonverbal communication norms. A quick internet search or a book about the country's culture can save you from unintentional offense. It's also worth noting that culture isn't static. What was considered polite or offensive 10 years ago might not be the same today. So make sure your sources are recent and reliable. Secondly, be observant. When you arrive at your destination, take note of how locals interact with each other. Look at their body language, their gestures, and their facial expressions during conversations. This observational learning can be one of your most valuable tools in understanding the cultural nuances of your new environment. Thirdly, when in doubt, ask. Locals usually appreciate the effort made by visitors to understand their culture. If you're unsure about how to behave or react in certain situations, don't hesitate to ask a local for guidance. They're likely to be more forgiving of any unintended cultural if they see you're making to respect their customs. Lastly, remember that cultural sensitivity isn't about being perfect. It's about acknowledging cultural differences, showing respect, and being open-minded. Don't be hard on yourself if you make a mistake. Instead, learn from it and move forward with an enriched understanding of the world's beautiful cultural diversity. Remember, the key to a great travel experience is not just about seeing new places, but understanding and respecting the cultures that